This theory about Modern Warfare 2 is possibly the best theory I have seen in my entire life. It's better than E equals MC squared, and it's better than Stephen Hawking's theory about black holes. It's the theory of Modern Warfare 2 that Khaled Al Asad is secretly Hadir Karim. The main villain for Modern Warfare 2 is going to be Al-Qatala, led by Khaled Al Asad, so he's already a big figure in the upcoming game. And there is a ton of proof to support the fact that he is Hadir Karim. The very first thing we need to start off with is they have a shocking resemblance. They are both the same height, same body build, and same hair color and same hairstyle. As you can see in this image that I added a red beret, gold aviators, and a beard to Hadir Karim. And if you look at this right here, this picture is almost an exact identical copy of this one that is shown to us at the end of the Modern Warfare 2019 campaign. However, this goes way beyond physical appearances. At the end of Modern Warfare 2019, Al-Qatala is being led by Hadir Karim. And Hadir Karim actually starts leading Al-Qatala before the game is even over. We know from the Butcher in the conversation you overhear in Russia that he calls Hadir the Youngblood, the new killer, and that Hadir was actually the one who came up with the plan to attack the Russians with chemical gas. While that attack was going on, Hadir himself was going to attack General Barkov's estate, which shows us that Hadir was calling the shots. It wasn't the Butcher and it wasn't the Wolf. Hadir was in charge. But this quote by the Butcher also proves another thing. At the end of Modern Warfare 2019, Laswell tells us that the new Al-Qatala is calling themselves the New Killers, and that they were having fresh, young blood as leadership. The young blood and the New Killers are quotes from the Butcher himself, and these were quotes that show that Hadir had taken control. But Laswell wasn't talking about Hadir, she was talking about Khaled Al Asad. However, this theory keeps getting bigger and bigger, so we're jumping down the rabbit hole here, so you need to hold on, Alice, because we're going to Wonderland. The next part of the theory comes from Khaled Al Asad's name. As Laswell tells us at the end of Modern Warfare 2019, Khaled Al Asad is a code name, it's not a real name. It means the Immortal Lion in Arabic. This ties to a quote that Farah told us earlier in the game. When Farah and Hadir were little, their father used to call Hadir Al-Shabal, which in Arabic means the little lion or the lion cub. But it makes a lot of sense that Hadir would try to honor his father by calling himself Khaled Al Asad. The lion was a nickname that his father had given him, and his father, as we know from the campaign, died fighting the Russian occupants of Urzikstan. This all shows us that Hadir kind of romanticized the idea his father was a freedom fighter. And then he follows in his footsteps, under the control of his sister, however, to be a freedom fighter fighting the Russians himself. However, going by Khaled Al Asad makes sense also, because Farah Karim is a very famous freedom fighter in Urzikstan. And then you have her brother, Hadir Karim, who's also a freedom fighter, but not for the same group and is fighting someone else. It makes no sense. He wants his independence from his sister. He was always second in command to her, but now he gets to be in charge. He gets to do things his way. But this all kind of brings us to the point of why become Khaled Al Asad? What's his motivation to be Khaled Al Asad? And this comes at the end of Modern Warfare 2019. Hadir hates the Russians. He loves his sister, he loves the Americans, he loves the British, he loves Captain Price. And he's betrayed by everybody that he loves. He's handed over to the Russians to keep the peace between the Allied forces and Russia. He's then sent to the Gulag as a prisoner of war, and in his black pit of despair, he gets one ray of shining golden light. A light of hope. And that light of hope is the Zakaya family. Laswell tells us at the end of the Modern Warfare campaign that the Zakaya family had a major interest in Hadir Karim, and they were a big fan of his work. Hadir Karim becomes Khaled Al Asad and becomes one of Mr. Z's Four Horsemen. The Four Horsemen are made up of Mr. Z himself, Imran Zakhaev, Victor Zakhaev, his son, Khaled Al Asad, and one other member who I'll get to in a minute. And as one of the Four Horsemen, Khaled Al Asad and Hadir Karim, who are the same person, invade Verdansk using the Al-Qatala army. And after accomplishing their goal, we know that Victor Zakhaev then sends Khaled Al Asad back to Urzikstan, back to his home country where he was born, to do whatever he wants in his home country, while Victor Zakhaev fulfills his father's dream of a mass war, of a global war. However, at this time, we learn that Imran Zakaya is dead, and his son Victor is running things. But it's not long before Victor dies himself too. Captain Price throws him down the missile silo and turns him into a meat slurry of human. So that leaves only 2 members of the Four Horsemen. The 2 members of the Four Horsemen who remain are Khaled Al Asad, who is now working for the other horseman, Vladimir Makarov. As we know, the death of Imran Zakaya and Victor Zakaya set off Makarov in the original Modern Warfare series. And now that both of those 2 people are dead again, he's gonna go off again. And there has been no other time to introduce him into the Modern Warfare series than Modern Warfare 2 coming out this year. However, the Makarov introduction in Modern Warfare 2 is a separate video I'm gonna make here in a couple days. But this video was designed to show you that Hadir Karim is Khaled Al Asad, and I've done just that. If you have anything else to add to this theory, tell me in the comments below. And just a friendly reminder to enter my Modern Warfare 2 Vault Edition giveaway. All you have to do to enter it is subscribe and comment. And I select 1 winner every week, and there's still 2 copies available to win. So best of luck everyone on the giveaway, and tell me in your comments below what you think about this theory. Until next time, I'm IceBurgZ. Stay frosty.